Hello, I'm from a neutral country, and I would like to talk to you today about America. Fuck America. No, seriously, fuck America. Now this is kind of a follow-up to my video from way back then, Fuck America, which I talked about the American situation. Well, has the American situation improved? I mean, they have had Obama, a progressive president, for quite some time. He promised lots of great things like transparency, closing Guantanamo, ending the Afghanistan war, all that great stuff. Well, as time has passed, it has become very clear that nothing has changed really. Some would say it has gotten worse, but I would just say it's the same old, same old. I mean, it's kind of the problem with the American system being a two-party system, and the two parties doing the constant circle jerk of each other, pretending to be enemies, but in reality they all agree on the same things, like the defense spending, cutting taxes to the rich and all that, giving corporations and private defense contractors great deal of power within their government. Even though nowadays we can see two groups, with the progressives on the liberals and the libertarians on the Republican side, trying to stop this great corporate industrial complex, but to no avail really. And even though they chose this so-called progressive president, nothing has changed. So the problem really is, for me personally, it's affecting us. I mean, lately it's been a revelation coming out because of our dear friend Snowden and Julian Assange. With their help, we have gotten to know that the American government pretty much spies on everyone. I mean, every European citizen, every citizen that uses the internet pretty much, and every politician as well. Now, of course, I could blow my horn and say that Europe is so much better, but I feel like we have been affected by the same virus. I mean, if you look at great states in Europe, great, like Great Britain, France, it's the same corruption and same bullshit all around. Maybe on a slightly less scale, but it's still as great a problem here as it is in America. We do spying as well, not to the extent that Americans do, probably because we don't have the budget for it. We don't have the billions, trillions of dollars to spend on defense and espionage as the Americans do. Now, why the fuck do we have to live with this system? Why the fuck can't Americans change their government? Why can't they vote for the third party? Well, I guess it's they are getting brainwashed by the media, not like brainwashed like they become drones, but they get misled. And fuck the fucking American government for doing that. I mean, they spend so much time and money to secure corporate interests, and nothing changes no matter if you vote for the Republican that year or the Democrat that year, no matter what they say. I mean, it's not like the Americans don't have candidates that would do things better. I can take a few examples, like if you voted for Ralph Nader back in the day, or voted in Dennis Kucinich maybe. Ron Paul, great example. Rand Paul could have been a great example, but I'm starting to doubt his proper intentions. I don't think he's as incorruptible as his dad was. Now this has effect all over the world. And I mean, what are we supposed to do? Like me in Norway, which, by the way, isn't a neutral country, but That's the name of my channel, so you can leave that alone. What are we supposed to do? I mean, the only way I feel like I can do something is make videos such as this, trying to inform the American public, but it's so hopeless being an internet crusader. You don't get shit done anyway, and like, I can't compete with the millions of dollars the corporations have. And that's the thing, these American corporations, or the multinational corporations really, they're using their money and influence to basically control both the European countries and the American countries, and they have the firm under their paws. Now, they do have one weakness though, and that is that we live in a democracy. Until they change that, they have no real way of, or we have a real way of fighting back, but because of all the lack of information and the lack of will to fight and vote for the right parties, I feel like America is fucking themselves over. Like, is it really that hard to vote for a third party? Are you really that afraid that your vote won't count? And your vote doesn't count anyway, because nothing changes no matter what politician, if it's Republican or Democrat. So, really, it's all these lies. I mean, take Obama. Let's use this rest of this video to talk about Obama. He promised that he would get out of Afghanistan. Now what has happened? Well, lately he's pushing for a deal that will keep them 10 more years in Afghanistan for the security of the Afghanistan people. Yeah, right. It's so that they have somewhere to send their private military people and personnel, so they can get paid and they can produce weapons without people questioning why they produce weapons, because they obviously need those weapons, high technology weapons and all that, to fight the Taliban, which are running around with AKs and whatnot. I mean, America could easily take quite a slash to its defense budget without getting threatened by the Taliban. I mean, get real. Get real. You don't need to spend more money on defense. You just need to make your defense more efficient. But that's part of the great lie of Obama and all the establishment politicians, is that we need to spend this money to be secure. But in reality, they don't need that. They just want to get rich and make their friends rich and make their donators rich. And that's really what it's all about. It's about securing riches. They want to try to keep being the richest country in the world. And Obama is completely on board with that. I mean, he got those donations just as much as any other president did. And so, he won't help you. You know, I was an Obama supporter when he started his campaign, but by the time he was looking to win the primary, I started to get a bit skeptical. Because, you know, you started to sense he was an establishment guy. And when he did win the primary and went on, he kind of did the usual stuff, rushing to the center. Whenever a politician rushes to the center, you can tell that he's an establishment dude, because he can just bend his opinion at will. And like some top general now, or defense guy now, told that both Hillary and Obama had basically said in front of him that they didn't really believe in ending the surge and pulling out of Afghanistan. That it was only politics. And that's the thing. This establishment people, they can talk the good talk, but they never walk the good walk. So you need to try to look out for who actually keeps consistent. And which, with Obama it was difficult because he didn't really have any experience. He didn't have a long record of things he had voted for and not voted for. So I'm begging you, America, try to find a politician that you can really trust. Try to find someone that won't just fuck you over and be that fucking typical fucking American government that just fucks shit up in order to just get the money. So, and the sooner you do that, the sooner you find some president that's willing to do the defense cuts, and that's what you need to look for, because defense industry is the biggest industry in America right now, or it's the most controlled by the government, / it controls the government the most, because it's getting the most money and doing the most donations. You need to find somebody that's willing to say that it will cut it, because then you can start thinking, maybe this guy isn't establishment. But then again, how can you fight those donations? Well, you need to get money out of politics. We need that in Europe, but you need it to a greater extent. But until then, fuck America and fuck the American government. Seriously. This has been From a Neutral Country, bringing you my opinion of America again.